Good morning again, everyone. I hope no one objects to us starting a few minutes early. Ms. Woodside, you're first up with Burton Scott.
Good morning, Judge. May it please the court, Sharon Clark Woodside appearing on behalf of Mr. Burton Scott. I'd ask to waive his presence for the PCC and ask the matter be set for exam.
Hold on, stop it. Let me call the case first.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Calling case number 2105-509801, people of the state of Michigan versus Edward Burton Scott. Defendant is charged in count 1, weapons, firearm, possession by felon. Count 2, weapons, ammunition, possession by felon. Count 3, weapons, carrying concealed. Count 4 and 5, weapons, felony, firearm. Defendant has a habitual offender, third offense notice.
Appearances for the record, please.
Order Judge Alex Curry on behalf of the people, P number 84950.
And please the court, Sharon Clark Woodside appearing on behalf of Mr. Edward Burton Scott. My bar number is 41295. I'd ask to waive Mr. Burton Scott's presence for the probable cause conference and set this for a preliminary exam.
The court will waive the defendant's presence, continue the plea of not guilty, and set this matter for a preliminary examination. Set it for exam on
Good morning, Judge.
we can do June 23rd at 3 o'clock.
Sure, Judge.
Court finds good cause to go beyond the 14-day rule and bond will be continued.
Thank you. Have a great day off.
Thank you, you too.
I'll see you in a little while.
Okay. Ms. Grady?
Good morning, Judge. I have Justin Welch. He was in exam today in person. He'd like to waive his examination.
Calling case number 2006-054401, people of the state of Michigan versus Justin Welch. Defendant is charged in count 1, police officer fleeing third-degree vehicle code. Count 2, stolen property, receiving and concealing motor vehicle. Defendant has a habitual offender, third offense notice.
Appearances for the record, please.
Judge, this is APA Reginald Andrews case, but I believe I can stand in for him. It's going to be a waiver.
Okay.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
May it please the court, Judith Grady on behalf of Justin Welch. He should be.
Where's Mr. Welch?
He was signing on, Judge. He's got an iPhone. I don't know if he was able to name it.
There's no one in my waiting room. So I can't do a waiver without Mr. Welch.
Correct, Judge. I'll give him a quick call. Thank you.
Okay, I'll come back to you.
Thank you.
Kim Michon?
Good morning, Judge. I have Malik Fikes.
I can barely hear you, Ms. Michon.
Oh, and let's see if this works. Is that better, Judge?
Not really, but I can sort of make out what you're saying. Who do you have?
Fikes, Malik Fikes.
Oh, Fikes. Okay.
Calling case number 2006-078201, people of the state of Michigan versus Malik Fikes. Defendant is charged in count 1, weapons carrying concealed. Defendant has a commission of felony with the motor vehicle advisory.
Appearances for the record, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Kim Michon, Neighborhood Defender Services, on behalf of Mr. Fikes, Your Honor. Mr. Fikes is going to need the help of the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. He is currently incarcerated in the Macomb County Jail. We're going to need him at least on camera in order to waive his preliminary exam.
Okay. how soon do you think you'll be able to accomplish that?
Well, Judge, if he was gonna be in person, we need 2 weeks to rid him out, but if we're gonna be on Zoom, I believe we could set it out. And forgive me, Judge, I'm not familiar with how long it would take, but,
Let's play it on the safe side and do 2 weeks.
okay, Judge.
Let's do May 28th at 8:30. Is that a good date and time, Ms. Michelle?
That is fine, Judge. Thank you so very much.
Court finds good cause for the adjournment. Bond will be continued.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Everybody be safe.
Ms. Nance, good morning.
Morning, Judge. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Wonderful. Thank you. I have McGee-Tucker for
Ms. LaShawn case was an exam.
That's set for an exam? No, Ms. Michonne's case. Oh, that was set for exam?
No, I'm asking, was that, did you
No,
give
no,
it 2:30?
She's going,
Didn't you say at 2:30?
8:30. Ms. Michonne, Fikes, we set it for May 28th for adjourned policy clause terms.
Okay.
Nance has Tucker.
Calling case number 2006267001. People of the state of Michigan versus Camari, McGee-Tucker. Defendants charged in count 1, weapons carried concealed. Count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. Count 3, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. Defendant has a commission of felony with the motor vehicle advisory.
Appearances, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
and good morning, Judge. Please support Janeki Nance P 68686 appearing McGee-Tucker, who is not present. For this hearing, Judge, he is out on bond. I would ask the court to waive his presence.
Court will waive the defendant's presence. What's your pleasure?
Judge, at this time, we would respectfully request an in-person examination.
The court will continue to plead not guilty and send this matter for preliminary examination on we can do July 19th at 1:30.
Okay, Judge, that does work for me. And Judge, I'm sorry. Thank you, Judge. Judge, one Mr. Curry, I do believe there's a box.
Audio's bad. I can't understand what you're saying.
I'm sorry, is this better?
Yes.
Okay, I do have paper discovery, Mr. Curry, on this. I think that there may be a body cam video in Scout Car. I'm not sure if I received that, but if I have not, is it possible for you to resend that to me, please?
Absolutely, Ms. Nance, I'll do that today.
Very much.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mr. Kerr, do you have a last card at the Zoom exam?
I have it set for an in-person.
And Mr. Nelson, he said he told us that he was out of town. He said it was okay for him to do it by Zoom. He said he to do
Okay, Ms. Grady, I think we have Welch, Mr. Welch here now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Recalling 206 0544 people versus Justin Andrew Welch. Again, defendants charged in count 1, police officer fleeing third-degree vehicle code. Count 2, receiving and concealing stolen property. Defendant has a habitual offender third offense notice. Thanks again for the record. Please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
May it please the court, Judith Brady on behalf of Justin Welch. Mr. Welch has no objection to do this by Zoom, Judge, to waive his preliminary exam. He understands the people have the burden to show probable cause. A crime was committed and probable cause to charge him.
Mr. Welch, tell me your name for the record, sir.
Justin Welch.
Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You understand you have a statutory right to have a preliminary examination. By waiving the same, that means you won't have one, and you'll be bound over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court as you stand charged in the complaint form. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
You understand the nature and the purpose of a preliminary examination?
Yes.
You understand if you were to have one, the prosecution would have to establish that the crime you're charged with was committed in the city of Detroit, that there's probable cause to believe you committed it?
No, sir.
Is anyone forcing you to waive your right?
No, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything?
No, sir.
Are you waiving your right freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Any objection from the people?
No objection, Your Honor.
The court finds defendant's waiver is made knowingly and voluntarily freely given. The court binds the defendant over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court Criminal Division for further proceedings. His arraignment on the information date and time will be May 27th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m. Bond will be continued.
Thank you, Your Honor, to you and your staff. Have a good day.
Thank you. Good day. Ms. Cameron, good morning.
Morning, Your Honor. I
You're
have
here.
Mr. Eckhart today.
Okay.
Reginald Eckhart.
All right.
And Your Honor, Mr. Eckhart is awaiting getting his GED certificate so I can complete my gun board letter. He did send me the pistol registration slip and the receipt. However, I've requested some additional information, and he indicated to me that it'll take him another week to get. Okay, thank you.
So you don't have to repeat all of that.
Calling
Sure,
case,
Judge, thank you.
case number 21055096001, people of the state of Michigan versus Reginald Eckhart. Defendant is charged in count 1, weapons carrying concealed.
Appearances, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Melinda Cameron appearing on behalf of Reginald Eckhart. Your Honor, as I was indicating on the record, my client has to get me a copy of his GED certificate so I can complete the gun board letter to submit to the gun board review committee. I'm asking for an adjournment for that. My client assured me he could get me that within the next week.
Okay. Sir, tell me your name for the record. Unmute yourself and tell me your name, sir.
Reginald Eckhart.
All right. Court will continue the plea of not guilty. I'll adjourn the probable cause conference to do May 19th at 8:30. Court finds good cause for the adjournment. I didn't hear you.
You said May 19th, Your Honor, for
Yes.
a gun board letter? You said May 19th?
Oh, that's right. You want to,
Well, the gun board review committee, if I even submitted it today, wouldn't have that ready.
I understand. I'm thinking about when you said he would have.
Okay. Documents to me within a week, yes.
To June 22nd.
June 22nd is a good date, Judge. Thank you.
8:30 a.m. Court finds good cause for the adjournment. Bond will be continued.
Thank
you. Thank you. Have a good day. Mr. Sarah, good morning.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day. Rudy Sarah?
Morning, Your Honor. I have Deshawn Hall.
Okay.
I spoke with him. He said he was in the waiting room.
He is. I'm bringing him out now.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm all set to leave.
Yes, sir. You're all set.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm calling case number 2006077601, people of the state of Michigan versus Deshawn Hall, defendants charged in count 1, weapons carrying concealed.
Appearances for the record, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Rudy Sarah, P35720, on behalf of Deshawn Hall. Mr. Hall, could you appear on camera and introduce yourself to Judge King, please?
Looks like he's still trying to connect. Oh, that was somebody else. Mr. Hall, start your video, sir, and your audio. What are your intentions, Mr. Sarah?
Mr. Hall intended to accept an offer of a HIDA plea. It's a CCW case, first offense. He thought he was openly carrying, and the prosecutor has agreed to the Holmes Youthful Trainee Act. He would like to take advantage of that offer.
So he's waiving?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to be able to communicate with him. He hasn't started his video or audio.
I'll call him, Judge.
Okay, I'll come back to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. McCarthy, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Lamar Johnson. He's
Okay.
he's in the jail. I don't know what name he's under. It's a armed robbery case from last year.
All right, let me call it. Lamar Johnson.
Calling case number 20056232001, people of the state of Michigan versus Lamar Johnson. Defendant is charged in count 1, robbery armed. Defendant has a habitual offender, fourth offense notice, mandatory 25-year sentence.
Appearances for the record, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael McCarthy, P30169, appearing on behalf of Lamar Johnson. Judge, last year, Mr. Johnson was held in the Oakland County Jail on a criminal matter there, and he was ultimately released early this year. There's $1,000 or $10,000, 10% bond that you imposed last year, so he should be in the Wayne County Jail. The complaint or information has about 8 aliases for him. I've run every name. I cannot find him there, and I can't explain to the court where he might be.
Uh-oh. So what do you propose we do today?
Well, I would just ask that we adjourn it. I reached out to the head of the department in the prosecutor's office, Miss Van Markel. She gave me the name of Andrew Molnar, and I've tried to get a hold of him to see if he's got an idea of what name that, because apparently he's assigned to this, and to see what name he might have for him, because I can't understand how none of these names pop up in the jail, the Wayne County Jail. I understand that when you go in, whatever name you use the first time you get there is the name that you have forever, but I'm just mystified by trying to find him.
Okay. The court is going to continue the plea of not guilty. I'll adjourn the probable cause conference to June 4th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Court finds good cause for the adjournment. The bond will be continued.
Thank you. Did you say June 4 or 14?
4.
4. Very good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Hall is on Zoom now, Your Honor.
Okay. Recalling 2060776 versus Deshawn Alexander Hall. Defendant is charged in count 1, carrying concealed weapon. Appearances for the record again, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Rudy Sarah, P35720, on behalf of Deshawn Hall, who is on Zoom with us. Mr. Hall, please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to Judge King.
This is Hall.
Okay. And Mr. Hall is waiving his preliminary examination, is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
My understanding is that the Home Youthful Trainee Act is being offered to Mr. Hall.
That is
Sir,
correct.
Hall, please raise your right hand, unmute yourself, sir. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. You understand you have a statutory right to have a preliminary examination. By waiving the same, that means you won't have one and you'll be bound over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court as you stand charged with the complaint and warrant. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
You understand the nature and the purpose of a preliminary examination?
Yes, yeah.
You understand if you were to have one, the prosecution would have to establish that the crime you're charged with was committed in the city of Detroit, and that there's probable cause to believe you committed it?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you to waive your right?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what's been stated on the record?
No.
Are you waiving your right freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Any objection from the people?
No objection, Your Honor.
The court finds the defendant's waiver is made knowingly and voluntarily freely given. The court binds the defendant over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court Criminal Division for further proceedings. His arraignment on the information date and time will be May 27th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m. Bond will be continued.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that date, Your Honor.
May 27th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m.
Very good.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Your Honor, while we're on Zoom, just to confirm, my calendar shows an in-person preliminary exam with you on Wednesday, the 19th at 1. Is that correct?
With who?
Grant. Defendant's name is Grant.
I don't know. Why don't you check back with my clerk later on today?
Okay.
Number is 965-24.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Harris, morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Who do you have, sir?
Appearing on behalf of Delrico Wright.
Okay.
Calling case number 2005904401. People of the state of Michigan versus Delrico Wright. Defendant is charged in count 1, weapons carrying concealed. Defendant has a commission of felony with the motor vehicle advisory.
Appearances, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Judge.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Harris on behalf of Delrico Wright, P43658.
Okay. And what's your pleasure, Mr. Harris?
Your Honor, we'd like to set this for preliminary examination at the court's convenience, please.
Are you waiving your client's appearance?
I am.
Court will waive the defendant's presence, continue the plea of not guilty, and set this matter for preliminary examination. We'll set the exam for we can do August 30th at 1:30.
Just give me 1 second, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. That date works fine. And if I could have just one other matter for the prosecutor, if they could accelerate getting me the video discovery, I would appreciate it greatly.
talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. Yeah, Mr. Harris, this is APA Curry in the courtroom. I've noted down in the file that you need, or on my docket sheet rather, that you need video discovery. We'll get that to you shortly.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you as well. Mr. Noakes. Mr. Noakes, are you there? Mr. Noakes going once, going twice. Mr. Woodyard.
Good morning. We have Mr. Davangelo Brown up for a preliminary exam later today. We'd like to waive.
Okay.
Calling case number 2005-678-401. People of the state of Michigan versus Davangelo Brown. Defendant is charged in count 1, weapons carrying concealed. Defendant has a commission of felony with the motor vehicle advisory.
Appearances for the record, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, good morning to you and good morning to your staff. Attorney Michael Woodyard. My P number is 64612. I'm appearing on behalf of my client, Mr. Davangelo Brown. He's with us on Zoom. Mr. Brown, say good morning to the judge, please, and say your name.
Good morning. My name is Davangelo Brown.
You got to speak up.
Good morning. My name is Davangelo Brown.
Good morning.
Your Honor, today is the time scheduled for a preliminary examination. I've spoken with my client about a preliminary examination. We've discussed what it is. I think that he is prepared to waive his right to a preliminary examination, knowing that the case will be sent along to circuit court.
Mr. Brown, please raise your right hand, sir. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. You understand you have a statutory right to have a preliminary examination. By waiving the same, that means you won't have one, and you'll be bound over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court as you stand charged in the complaint warrant. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
You understand the nature and the purpose of a preliminary examination?
Yes, I do.
You understand if you were to have one, the prosecution would have to establish that the crime you're charged with was committed in the city of Detroit, that there's probable cause to believe you committed it.
Yes, I do.
Is anyone forcing you to waive your right?
No, they're not.
Has anyone promised you anything?
No.
I can't hear you.
No, they haven't.
Are you waiving your right freely and voluntarily?
Yes, I am.
Any objection from the people?
No objection, Your Honor.
The court finds defendant's waivers made knowingly and voluntarily freely given. The court binds the defendant over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court Criminal Division for further proceedings. His arraignment on the information date time will be May 27th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m. Bond will be continued.
Your Honor, thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You as well. Rita White, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Mr. Lamont Crocker. Crocker, his name is under Lamont. He's present.
Okay.
Calling case number 2006-123801. People of the state of Michigan versus Lamont Crocker. Defendant is charged in count 1, weapons carrying concealed.
Appearances for the record, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rita White on behalf of Mr. Lamont Crocker, who is present. Please state your name, Mr. Crocker.
Lamont Crocker.
What's your pleasure, Ms. White?
Your Honor, we're asking for a another PCC date. I'm in the process of compiling a gun board letter for consideration. So we're requesting respectfully another PCC hearing date.
How long have we had this case?
Your Honor, we've had this case. We had our first PCC December 2020, but there was issues in terms of me obtaining contact with Mr. Crocker and just having the dates, put in that he was present. So I've had to waive his appearance and haven't been able to work on resolving this matter expeditiously. So I apologize, but I'm just requesting another.
I'm not going to keep this on my docket much longer. We're going to have to set this for exam.
Okay.
We'll set this matter for a preliminary examination on June 24th, 2021 at 3:00 p.m. Is that a good date and time?
Yes, it is. Actually, I have a trial all day. No, it is not.
June 21st at 3?
Yes, Your Honor, if we have a resolution, should I contact the court?
Please.
Okay, and can the exam be via Zoom?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Bond will be
So that's-
continued. Good cause will be on 14-day rule.
Thank you. 3 o'clock on the 21st?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Craig Tank. Mr. Tank. Mr. Tank going once, going twice. Mr. Wallace, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Davion Sykes.
Okay.
Calling case number 2005-903501. People of the state of Michigan versus Davion Sykes. Defendant is charged in count 1, weapons carrying concealed.
Appearances, please.
Morning, Judge Alex Curry on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ted Wallace, P80922, on behalf of Mr. Sykes, who is not present, and asked the court to waive his presence for today's hearing.
Court will waive the defendant's presence. What's your question?
Your Honor, today's the date and time scheduled for the PCC, and we are complete on discovery and would like to schedule an in-person preliminary exam date.
Court will continue the plea of not guilty. We'll set this matter for preliminary examination on we can do September 9th at 1:30.
September 9th at 1:30. Let me just confirm, because now. That's a good date, Your Honor.
Court finds good cause to go beyond the 14-day rule and bond will be continued.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You as well.
What time is that, Judge?
1:30.
Okay.
Ms. Longstreet, are you there? Ms. Longstreet going once? Ms. Longstreet going twice? Ms. Tieppo, are you there? Ms. Tieppo going once, going twice? Ms. Mead?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Keon Scott.
Cody, Davion Johnson, Jefferson.
Yeah, Ms. Jefferson's here too. Call him.
Calling case number 2005-8963. People of the state of Michigan versus defendant number 1, Keon Scott Jr., and defendant number 2, Davion Johnson. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 1, weapons carrying concealed. Defendant number 2 is charged in count 2, weapons carrying concealed.
Appearances for the record, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jennifer Mead appearing on behalf of Mr. Keon Scott. Mr. Scott is out on bond, and I waive his presence for this probable cause conference.
Court will waive the defendant's presence. Ms. Jefferson?
Good morning, Your Honor. Thomasine Jefferson on behalf of Mr. Davion Johnson. Mr. Johnson, turn your video on. Your Honor, as to the PCC, we are asking for a continued PCC so I can compose a gun board letter.
How long has this case been around?
This is our first PC, Your Honor.
It is, okay. All right, the court will continue the plea of not guilty as to both defendants. And Ms. Mead, are you requesting the probable cause conference as well? Adjourn probable cause conference?
Yes.
Are you submitting a gun board letter as well?
Yes, I will be, in light of the changes in the diversion program.
The court will continue the plea of not guilty as to both defendants, adjourn the probable cause conference and set the adjourn date to we can do June 24th at 8:30.
If I can check my calendar. 8:30, I can do 8:30.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Court finds good cause for the adjournment. Bond will be continued.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson called me. Thank you,
Okay.
Your Honor. We're
Thank
done.
you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, prosecutor stepped away for a second. Ms. Sprinkle, you're up next. Who you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. Keenan Horton.
Morning. Okay.
Sorry about that, Judge.
No problem.
Calling case number 2105-505-301. People of the state of Michigan versus Keenan Horton. Defendant is charged in count 1, malicious destruction of fire or police property.
Appearances, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Carolina Sprinkle, P49898, on behalf of Keenan Horton. Mr. Horton, can you turn your camera on and state your name? You have to unmute yourself.
What's your name, sir?
Hello? Keenan Horton.
What's your name? Okay. What's your
Keenan
question?
Horton.
Your Honor, may I ask the people if there's an offer?
Judge, I don't have the file in front of me. I believe it's with Eckhart Molnar, but I do not have an offer in front of you at this time.
Okay, that being the case, my client should be HIDA eligible. I've spoken to Mr. Horton about waiving his preliminary examination, and he has agreed to waive his exam and proceed to circuit court.
Mr. Horton, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You understand you have a statutory right to have a preliminary examination by waiving the same. That means you won't have one, and you'll be bound over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court as you stand in the complaint and warrant. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand the nature and the purpose of a preliminary examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand if you were to have one, the prosecution would have to establish that the crime you're charged with was committed in the city of Detroit, that there's probable cause to believe you committed it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anyone forcing you to waive your right?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what's been stated on the record?
No, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection from the people?
No objection, Your Honor.
The court finds defendant's waiver is made knowingly and voluntarily freely given. The court binds the defendant over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court, Criminal Division for further proceedings. His arraignment on the information date and time will be May 27th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m. Bond will be continued.
Ms. Sprinkle, this is AP and Curry in the courtroom.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Sprinkle, this is AP and Curry in the courtroom. Did you discuss any offers with anyone else from the prosecutor's office?
No, I've inquired at every hearing and there's never been an offer communicated.
Okay.
Ms. Mitchell, good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning. Good morning, Judge. I have Keith Henry this morning.
We're just asking for a live preliminary examination.
Do she also Phelps?
And do you have Phelps as well?
Okay, do I? Okay.
Keith Henry calling case number 2005-723301, Pickles, State of Michigan versus Keith Henry. Defendant is charged in count 1, weapons carrying concealed.
Appearances, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Judge.
Good morning, may it please this most honorable court. Rena Mitchell appearing on behalf of Mr. Keith Henry. Your Honor, I'm asking to waive his appearance for this hearing and set a live preliminary examination.
Mr. Henry is actually here, but his video and audio hasn't connected as of yet. The court will waive the defendant's presence, continue the plea of not guilty, and set this matter for a preliminary examination. We'll set it for September 10th, 2021 at 1:30 p.m.
Oh, 1 second, Your Honor. You said September
10th at 1:30.
At 1:30. Do you think he can hear us, Your Honor, or no?
I just saw his video. Yes, he's here now. Mr. Henry, tell me your name for the record, sir.
Keith Henry.
Okay.
Your Honor, could you put us in a breakout room really fast?
Go ahead and join.
Thank you. Hit join, Mr. Henry.
Okay, I am out of attorneys. She was here. She left. Rasheen Johnson, how can I help you?
Hey, how you doing, sir? You know me? I originally had court today. It says on the paper. Nobody ever follow up with me on my court. I know my attorney was changed. I'm worried. I don't want to be in jail, so I'm here in court just in case.
Okay, you're not on my docket for today.
Nobody gave me no information. I don't think
You didn't talk to my clerk? She said she talked to you.
To who?
This morning. Didn't you talk to my clerk this morning?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. But the attorney that I called, it was the same number, but they put the wrong name underneath the number. So he said they have to do an update. When I called him, they said they didn't finish updating the thing, my case. So he's not on my case no more. When I talked to the attorney, he says he's not on my case no more. I don't have nobody told me anything. I don't got no paperwork from the last court date, which was in April.
Can you call me back later?
And call my clerk back later. That same number you called earlier, 965-2406.
965-206. Okay.
Call later this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Mr. Pettigrew, we're just waiting on your attorney to come back. Did you hear me, Mr. Pettigrew?
Yes, sir. I heard you. Thank you.
Just waiting on your attorney. That's great. Thank you.
Oh, he here on permission to travel for one of his clients.
Yeah, something like that. Ron. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Thank you. All right, so.
Mr. Curry, are you on the 11 o'clock case?
Let me check.
No, I already see Mr. John Casey.
That is a MDU case.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm back. And if you want me to do Phelps right now, I'm ready.
What are we doing with, okay, so
Say that-
Henry had September 10th at 1:30, right?
Yes. If we can set my other prelim, if we can set Phelps on that date, I'll take that as well, Your Honor, if we can put them on the same date.
You ready? He has two cases. Calling case number 19-06154601, people of the state of Michigan versus Richard Phelps, is charged in count 1 and 2, controlled substance, possession, cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams. Defendant has a commission of a felony with the motor vehicle advisory. Defendant also has case number 2105508401, people of the state of Michigan versus Richard Phelps. Defendant is charged in count 1, police officer fleeing, 4th degree vehicle code. Count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing.
Appearances, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, may it please this most honorable court, Raymond Mitchell appearing on behalf of Mr. Phelps. Your Honor, I'm acting to waive his appearance for this hearing and set a live preliminary examination for both cases.
Have you been in contact with Mr. Phelps?
Your Honor, I can't recall just off the top of my head right now. I didn't think his court date was up to date.
Let's set his exam for June 28th at 3 o'clock. Is that a good date and time?
I'm pulling it up right now, June 28th at, you said what time?
3.
3. Okay, it looks like I'll be in the building that day for a live prelim anyway, so I'll be with you guys the whole day. Okay, 3 p.m.
Lucky us.
Okay. And Your Honor, if we decide to waive before then, I'll contact the court.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
What time is that exam, Judge, for the Phelps?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, thank you.
Mr. Andrea. Mr. Andrea?
Yes, Judge, what's going on? How are you?
Good morning, sir. Were you here on Welch?
I was. I know we had a 12:30 exam.
It waived.
Okay. That's what Alex emailed me, but I want to confirm.
Okay. Wait.
Do you have a date for the AOI, sir?
May 27th, 9 o'clock.
May 27 and 9 o'clock. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. Sims.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. A little tired, but good.
Have you heard anything back from your school yet?
Well, I sent over the stuff for to Mr. Williams, and he's just confirming it right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me know.
Okay.
So unless Ms. Tiempo shows up, we are down to 10 o'clock.
What happened to Mr. Tank, Judge?
He came in and left.
Yeah, one.
Just one?
Are you looking for some? Huh? You want, I call him. Because fairly.
Judge, Ms. Tiempo, the defense attorney on Mr. Pettigrew.
Yes.
Thank you. And Judge, I was given this file yesterday afternoon. I believe it's going to be a dismissal because the defendant was deceased. I believe it was said yesterday.
They need to send that dismissal downstairs. Let me ask you this, is this a file that I already have?
This was a file from yesterday.
They
Javon.
want to confirm that the defendant was-
Yeah, I have these, the death certificate.
May I have a copy of
Death
it?
certificate.
I need a copy. Thank you. Mr. Curry, you have your copy back. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Then they have Lamont say, just in case, it could be. Different things for it.
And I just know like Kate is down the road.
Good morning.
Judge? Yes. I have received a text from APA Candace Nader, and she is asking if there is a bond hearing or some sort of hearing today for a defendant, Demetrius Williams. She thinks she may have written it in her calendar in error, but wanted me to double check with you.
I don't see Demetrius Williams on that.
Okay, I'll let her know. Thanks, Judge.
Wait, let me look that up,
Okay,
because
thanks,
a lot of times they send me stuff too long.
For what? Beecham. Oh, you talking about downstairs, yeah.
Next door down to 5.
Really? Okay.
Judge, do you remember if Ms. Michonne said Malik Fikes was in the home county jail or the local?
I thought she said.
Thanks, Judge.
Kurt, did she give you a case number?
Um,
When you say his name is Demetrius Williams,
Demetrius Williams.
I see a couple cases on Judge Archer and Jefferson. Thank you.
I'm responding to it.
No case number.
I'll ask her for a case. Right, I just texted her asking her for a case. Sorry about earlier, Judge, that coffee ran through me. I was kind of bouncing up and down here like, oh, man.
Well, Ms. Tiago.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. My apologies. I've had some issues with the Zoom this morning. Can you hear me all right?
Yes. You're here on Pettigrew?
Yes.
Okay.
Calling case number 2105-694801. People of the state of Michigan versus Carlton Pettigrew. Defendant is charged in count 1, weapons, firearms, possession by felon. Count 2, assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault. Count 3 and 4, weapons, felony firearm. Defendant has a habitual offender, 4th offense notice.
Appearances for the record, please.
Alex Curry on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca TFOP 62311 on behalf of Mr. Pettigrew. It appears Mr. Pettigrew is also appearing via Zoom.
Tell me your name, Mr. Pettigrew.
Carlton Pettigrew.
Ms. Tiago?
Yes, Your Honor. I have not yet received the discovery, so I would ask for another PCC date or alternatively an exam date. I'm not sure, whatever the court prefers. In addition to that, I need a good phone number for Mr. Pettigrew, if I may.
Yes.
Mr. Pettigrew?
Yes, it's 313-955-4063.
Thank you, sir. I'll be in touch with you shortly after the hearing.
Okay.
The court will continue to plea of not guilty. We'll set this matter for preliminary examination on June 29th, 2021 at 3:00 p.m. Is that a good date and time?
That's the June 29th at what time?
3:00.
3 p.m. That's fine, Your Honor.
Court finds good cause to go beyond the 14-day rule and bond will be continued.
Ms. Tiago, this is APA Curry in the courtroom. I'll get you discovery today.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, we're down to 10 o'clock.
Times on. 6:29. The only thing I'm missing is the.
You denied the bond on April 28th.
And Nance and McGee-Tucker. Set for exam, Burton Scott. Burton Scott is set for June 23rd.
3:00.
At 3:00. And then Camari and McGee-Tucker is July 19th. At 1:30.
Thank you.
Is this even my case? I see Judge Giles on this.
I think it must have been, I think they got transferred out or something.
Somebody say me. You're all good. I'll keep going.
So it doesn't look like he's requesting another hearing. Bringing the information back to the courts. So doesn't that go downstairs? Yeah, this is what she said.
That's not bad. That's what I'm having. It's just the other stuff that I'm trying to. But I guess this is something else.
Your police report says it's just there. It's like, I saw something. So, I think I denied this. That would have been an.
That would have been, I love it.
I don't need to set this what number behind him. Should we just send it to Dish?
You want to waste my time?
You see the line schedule came out yesterday?
No, I didn't check it out all the way.
And it will go, you know, the big headline, obviously, we're playing LA.
Yeah,
LA.
okay, this. You got San Francisco. Oh, God.
We got tough.
We got tough skin. Yeah, we got one guy. I don't know what the other is.
So we need to see how he looks with another team.
I hope he does well. I really do. I thought some of the criticisms he got was, all the comments that he's not a winner, he couldn't.
Man, they broke.
He got a lot of heart. I won't say he didn't have heart, but I always thought he could read offensive stuff, defensive stuff. Because his second.
I thought he played very well, especially under a different coach.
Yeah, right, coach, he had a decent, yeah. But you notice that they couldn't put a lot on his plate. And like I said, I always noticed.
And that's what really gave him an offensive line. Kind of helped me break his back like twice.
And I think this would have been the best offensive line he would have ever had.
This one right here.
This one that we're building right
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can check it out. Yeah.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay.
Come here. I heard you.
Yeah, we ready on Richardson?
Judge Mike, I just got a text from his mom telling me that he's in line outside.
We're ready for him to withdraw.
Okay.
You want to pass on this for till he gets here?
You're at my 10 o'clock spot, so there's nothing else for me to do.
A quiet day today, or has everything already been handled?
The first part of our docket is probable cause conferences.
Right.
And it's scheduled from 8:30 till 10.
Okay.
So we got through those. And now it's the preliminary exams.
Well, it's nice because you always start either on time or early. They always get done timely. So it's really nice.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
So it's important that everyone is on time. I have a very small window.
Right.
And I have to get up there and get there.
Right.
Is he in line?
Well, they will find out.
Okay.
So, officer, do we have we arranged for the defendant? I hear he's in the line downstairs.
Yeah, I talked to one of the G4S guys and radio to see if he's in line or if he's in, we'll try to get him up.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Stand right here.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
All right, is this going to be a hold?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Ready?
We don't have our complaining witness. Right.
For tracker. 1258.
Have you talked to your defendant?
I just talked to the OIC and said he talked to them yesterday. I believe APA and Lamar spoke to them on Monday, or whatever the 10th was. And APA and Lamar indicated in the file that they said they would be here. I just talked to the OIC outside and said, he spoke to them yesterday, they were having some sort of car trouble. So we'll see if they get it.
I had to. Trying to get this over with.
Yes, Judge. I'm gonna tell the OSC to give them one more call.
On that, Renard Bell.
OSC's giving them a
Am I
call right now,
supposed to
Judge.
do something with that? I guess he did. That's what I told him. I don't know what this is. I don't think he handled it. Attorney on the screen pictures. Do you know if that's the same attorney on the case with us? Something in the case. What's the beginning? Tell the attorney to come and chime in right quick. All right.
So what we got? They're not here, Judge. They're having car trouble. I believe. They can't make it today. The OSC just spoke. Can't make it. Yep. I know, Judge.
Calling case 2061606, people of the state of Michigan versus Sean Cornell Richardson. Defendant is charged with count 1 home invasion, second degree, and has positional second offense. So, appearances for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Judge, or good morning. Alex Curry on behalf of the people, P number 84950.
Good morning, Judge Francis Murphy on behalf of Mr. Richardson, P78213. Go ahead and take the
Good morning, Judge. My name is Sean Cornell Richardson.
It is date time set for the preliminary examination. Are we ready to proceed?
No, Judge, people are not ready to proceed. To my understanding, subpoenas were sent. I'm not sure when, but I know subpoenas were sent, and it's our indication in the file that on May 10th, APA Molnar or office rather called the complaining witnesses who said they would be here according to the file. I spoke to the OIC, who called them yesterday, and in addition to a few minutes ago, Judge, and said that the necessary complaining witnesses are not able to be here due to some sort of car trouble. So the people are not ready to proceed.
Let me understand this. You get a call them?
Yes, Judge.
They didn't call you?
They did not call us. We called them. The OIC called, again, to my understanding, Judge, the OIC called them yesterday, and called them today.
Judge, we request dismissal.
So order, court will dismiss this matter without prejudice.
Thank you, Judge.
I need a dismissal order.
Yes, sir.
Judge, we have a case coming from Kenneth after Jones. We have the older case is scheduled for an exam May 18th. His case was, Judge Jones was scheduled for PCC today. So I told him to check the.
So we already have a case scheduled for May 18th.
It's a different attorney, Joe.
Okay. And what's the one that's coming to us in charge?
Homicide.
Okay. I take it he's in custody. Was that what Mr. Makepeace is here for?
Correct, Judge. I'm kind of overhearing what's going on. That's me. Mr. Callanan, Evan Callanan should be on his way shortly.
Okay. Case for Pettigrew. It's May 18th, you said?
At 1:30, assault with intent to murder.
Very lucky.
Oh, yeah, we do.
They bring in the defendant from the jail on the screen.
Everyone keeps telling me.
Never.
So I'm thinking, Mr. Makepeace, I already have a date scheduled with him on the 8th. Well, thinking for May 18th. Maybe we can do them both on May 18th at 1:30.
The exams, Judge, both exams?
Sure, why not?
I mean, that's entirely possible. I will say, I think Mr. Callanan just got appointed. I mean, he can obviously explain it better, but he just said he got appointed like a day or two ago. So I don't know if he'll be ready next week.
Probably not yet.
Yeah, and he does not have discovery at this point because I didn't know what attorney was on the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried.
I'd be more than happy if it was possible to get, cases moving along, do my part.
Mr. Callanan, how are you, sir?
Happy to see you, Judge. How are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
So I hear you guys are bringing me more work, huh?
Well, yes.
Mr. Callanan specifically requested this court. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you have a case we can call it?
They called and said they were going to be there.
Oh, okay. Apparently, the defendant is going to join us via Zoom from the county jail.
Okay.
Come on next. Is the OIC's here?
In the meantime, have we seen anybody on the Cochran case?
Cochran?
Cochran?
Yes, they're here, sir.
They're here?
Mhm. Attorneys police officers showed up. As he says.
Much?
Yes.
You ready to go on, Cochran?
Okay, are you
Ready
ready?
to go on, Cochran?
Yes, Judge. The officer would like to see some reports, very brief. And Judge, I just confirmed with the OIC about that dismissal. My understanding was correct. He had to call them multiple times.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Morning, guys.
How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Ready on, Cochran?
Yes, sir. No, Your Honor, it's gonna be a waiver.
Wait a minute, here comes the county jail. Give me 1 second, okay, since we're a little early.
Yes, sir.
Finish with this? Okay, we can call when you're ready.
Calling case number 2105764201. People of the state of Michigan versus Raymond Spearman. Defendant is charged in count 1, homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated. Count 2, weapons, dangerous weapons, carrying with unlawful intent. Counts 3 and 4, weapons, felony firearm.
Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Makepeace on behalf of the people, P82796.
Good morning, Your Honor. Evan Callanan, P30564 on behalf of the defendant.
All right. And the defendant has joined us. Tell me your name for the record, sir.
Kamal Spearman.
All right. So this matter's been transferred from Judge Stafford Jones' docket to my docket. We'll treat this as a probable cause conference. What's your pleasure, Mr. Callanan?
Judge, I'm going to request an in-person exam in this matter.
Okay. Do you think you'll be ready by May 24th?
No.
Okay. How about June 14th at 3 o'clock?
That'll work. 3 o'clock?
Is that a good date for the people as well?
It should be, Judge, if I may just have one moment to check. That works for the people, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, court finds good cause to go beyond the 14-day rule. Why don't we continue?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Judge, I may be zooming in with Mr. Nelson, who's on the AWIM case. After I see Mr. Spearman, I want Mr. Spearman to know that I was scheduled to visit with him last evening, but due to the movement of inmates, they canceled the visit on me. And I will be there to see him Friday evening at about 4:30. So Mr. Nelson and I may come in on next Monday and ask the court to set the AWIM exam the same date and time as the homicide exam.
Why not? Why can't I proceed with the AWIM exam on the date that is scheduled?
Well, we can, I suppose.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hey,
Mr.
Judge.
Spearman.
Thanks,
I'll see you at the jail, Mr. Spearman.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Curtis Barry Cochran, calling case 2058567. People of the state of Michigan versus Curtis Larry Cochran, defendants charged in count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. This matter is scheduled for preliminary examination. Appearances for the record, please.
Yes, Judge. Alexander Curry on behalf of the people, P number 84950.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Leanna Belcher, P 80177, on behalf of Mr. Cochran. Sir, can you state your name nice and loud for the judge?
Curtis Cochran.
What's your pleasure?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that the witnesses have shown for this examination, and given that my client is prepared to waive this exam and address this matter over at the circuit court.
Mr. Cochran, please raise your right hand, sir. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I know.
Thank you, sir. You understand you have a statute. By waiving the same, that means you won't have one, and you'll be bound over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court as you stand charged with plain warrant. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand the nature and the purpose of the preliminary examination?
Yes.
You understand if you were to have one, the prosecution would have to establish that the crime you're charged with was committed in the city of Detroit, that there's probable cause to believe you committed it?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you to waive your right?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything?
No.
Are you waiving your right freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Any objection from the people?
No objection, Your Honor.
The court finds defendant's waiver is made knowingly and voluntarily freely given. The court finds the defendant over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court Criminal Division for further proceedings. His arraignment on information date and time will be May 27th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m. Time will be continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
You wait for us.
Sign off.
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He didn't do the waiver. Thank you.
Good to see you.
You know always, don't you?
Have a great day.
Yeah, you're gonna email Liz too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
here. Right here on your call.
Okay. Working on my defense hearing.
Now we're besties.
She's a lefty.
Yes, sir. Bye, Judge.
All right, take care.
You too.
I think your next one is 11, but I believe that is an MGU case, not mine.
All right, so we are down to 11 o'clock.
sign up. Yeah, Brown. I mean, Hawkins. Nope, it's this one.
We don't have a Hawkins.
Huh?
We don't have a Hawkins.
Oh, that's right. That's right, just in case we wait. That's right. Okay. All right. Eckhart.
Somebody did.
Right. Oh, that, right.
Good, how are you?
What's up,
Hi.
Dad?
Is this you in here?
Yeah, it's me right now. So what's happening is, we know we got the 6, I don't know what's happening. Anyone else come in, we got 6 people. So what's cool though, we know we covered it. We got
Right.
So what's happening, we trying to work with each other. We got Rob still, Rob and them right now with him. And then I have a prisoner too. We're gonna try and figure it out.
I don't know what I'm doing with the schedule.
And someone called off too, I think.
He all sick. He won't be back the rest of the week.
Okay, so, you know, we make sure it works.
Oh, I know y'all got it.
We can look out for each other, so.
Okay, so is this you in here? You got any prisoners?
I got one coming in the afternoon, and then we're gonna try to work and see
What they got next door?
Yeah, we try to get, so I'll let you know if it's a problem. But I
Okay.
think it'd be cool, yeah.
Oh, well, I got my uniform. If y'all need me
Oh,
to.
okay. We don't want you to get on.
I want to, but if
I know you don't, huh? But we're gonna try to keep you out of it. All right. You know, I got you. Hey, check this out. Oh, man. We got the first. Look at this. San Francisco. Green Bay. So I'm hoping Rogers doesn't shock us with him. That's lost. I know. We don't. That could be tight, man. I heard that Tampa Bay got the weakest conference. I mean, not conference, but schedule. Everything else, though, on them in Green Bay, yeah. She don't know what Pittsburgh is. We don't know. Yeah. It's some top. Those 3 is the top 3. Mm-hmm. And Pitts, yeah. Now, if Rogers stayed up trading, like you know, something June, you trade them to. They think Denver might be the team they trade. Really? Yeah. Would that be something? Yeah. Right. Right. What's up, man? You saw our chief? Yeah. Yeah. She gonna get us something? No. That's good. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. That's what we covering each other.
Yeah, but we might shake out.
What do you see how? Do you have a prisoner around? What is your prisoner?
It's all yellow.
Oh, the yellow. See, homicide. You don't know how long that's gonna go. I got to go.
This one right here.
And I got reach him at 2:00. We were working.
So I told her I'd call her. So.
She said she got to go into her uniform when she don't want to.
I know.
We're working.
Should be good. It's on the east.
This guy right here.
Yeah, we'll
I'll take care of him.
We'll see. Either way.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what they got down.
They won't be open. So,
yeah. Huh?
Right across here.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's good. That's one. Now, yeah. Thanks a lot, Mike. Okay, Frost. Frost is here.
What's the case? Case number
2006 215 001
8988.
How you feeling, man?
You see, what you me and Cecil Frost.
He's gonna handle it. He's here. We just checking in.
Hey, I gotta get something from you. I'm trying to look like you.
Oh, no, you should see me. You young guys. You young guys. Okay.
And don't worry, you really will about to say. Oh, no, trust me, you got a ways to go to catch up with me. I'll be 70 next birthday. See?
I know what the mirror tells me. I ain't lying to myself.
No, but I'm saying, you see people, some other guys, they way, you would never know. No one look at you and say, oh, because you got gray hair. I need your, for COVID reasons. Could you put your name? Oh, sure. Print your name. That's good, always good seeing you. That's because I remember you, we go way back. Oh, I know, yeah, we go way back. You always been a couple.
My brother Terry worked here for years, remember? My brother Terry worked in probation.
Yeah, yeah. How's it? How we?
He retired, man. Like so many other people.
You've been doing this for how many years? now?
42.
Yeah.
Yes. Robert Higbee down here too.
Yeah, Higby. Hey, if you get his number,
I will.
That's what COVID thing.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
You be safe, man. It's good seeing you.
Good seeing you, man.
We're on Marinero.
Marino. I think she's remote.
Oh, she could be remote?
Two defendants. I think it's gonna be, hers is gonna be Zoom.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. Thanks.
Okay.
Did you guys need to sign up?
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Gotta use the table anyways. Gotta use the counter anyways.
Yeah. 49.50. He gives that extra minute.
You guys are safe, careful. Thanks, sir.
Anybody here for the
Yes, sir. I think so far the attorneys for Frost are here.
Yeah, I think Miss Anarino wants to zoom in, but Mr. Higby is there. Okay. Are we next up?
Yes.
How many witnesses?
Two police officers. One picks up one thing. One picks up the other.
Okay.
Technically, the exam is only on count one. Count two is a 1-year misdemeanor. Count one is a 2-year high court misdemeanor.
You can come on now.
We're all set?
Yeah, we're ready. I'm kidding. Come in.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. Eagley?
I'm sorry. Good morning, Your Honor. It's always good to see you.
Always good to see you.
I see you happen to have the high-end mask to match that coordinated. See, the problem is that when you set that standard, people expect it. So if you come in one day looking like me, they're going, what happened to Judge? You got everyday thing on. So
hard time.
he can't even go to the mall like I do. Just he gotta have to look up to get that image, man. So, but I love it.
That is so. Set the standard, Judge. Alec Curry, I got some. Right there.
Good morning, John. How you doing?
Oh, great.
Morning, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
Yes, it does. Well, I'm trying to do that. You guys have?
Yeah, I think you emailed it over sometime if I did. There's only one, right?
One by report, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I believe you emailed it sometime. All right.
Right here, it's missing right now. Good morning, Ms. Manarino. Okay.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes. You're the
Robert Higbee for Cecil Frost, president seated behind me.
Yeah.
He's here on this matter as well.
Oh, okay.
True president. Yes.
Are you ready to proceed?
Oh, yeah, my witnesses are on the way in. They're outside. You go see if they might get hurry out there.
Are we ready to proceed now?
Just about.
Has my client zoomed in yet?
No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
This
We were-
is a female.
We were set for 11 o'clock and I had told her to zoom in a little early. Let me make sure she's coming aboard right now.
Okay, are we ready? Calling case 2056337, People of the State of Michigan versus defendant number 1, Cecil Robert Frost IV, defendant number 2, Marissa Marie Carrada. Ms. Carrada isn't here yet. She hasn't been moved. I'll give her a few minutes. It's not quite 11 o'clock yet.
Sir, you come in with COVID, distancing, you come in when you're ready for it. Okay, that's great. Come here first. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Ms. Manarino, it's 11 o'clock. Where's your client?
She texted me a couple minutes ago saying she's logging on. I've been in communication with her all morning.
There she is. Calling case 2056337, people of state of Michigan versus defendant number 1, Cecil Robert Cross IV, defendant number 2, Marissa Marie Parada. Both defendants are charged in count 1, controlled substance, possession, substance added to schedules 1, 2, 3, or 4 by rule. Defendant 1 has a second or subsequent offense notice. Both defendants are charged in count 2, controlled substance, possession, substance added to schedule 5 by rule. Defendant 1 has an habitual offender's second offense notice. Matter scheduled for preliminary examination, appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Casey, number 56163, and that people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Robert Higby, 82739, appearing on behalf of Mr. Cecil Frost, who is present standing to my right, also joined by co-counsel Mr. Gerald Eaton.
May it please the court, Gerald Eaton, P29182, if I must, on behalf of Cecil Frost.
And good morning, Maria Manarino, P39531, on behalf of Ms. Marissa Parada, who joins us via Zoom technology. Ms. Parada, can you identify yourself for the record, please?
Marissa Parada.
Are we ready to proceed?
John, people are prepared to proceed. We'd ask, and I'm sure the defense will join in mutual or declaration. I'd ask the exception made to the officer in charge. That would be Sergeant Todd Donaldson of the Dearborn Police Department. Sergeant, right? Corporal Donaldson of the Dearborn Police Department.
Any objection to the OIC remain?
No objection, Your Honor.
None.
All right. How many witnesses?
I'm gonna try to do it with one, and taking a look at the information, count two is a one-year misdemeanor.
Okay.
So there's no need for an exam on that. I'm gonna call the officer to cover the controlled substance reference by count one.
Ladies and gentlemen who may be viewing this via YouTube, if you are a witness or a potential witness in this matter, I'm going to ask that you log off at this time.
Officer Wilma. Wilma? Wilma.
Okay. Officer Wilma?
It's okay. Sorry, if there are more people. Yeah, thanks, I appreciate it.
Sir, please step forward. Tell me your name and spell it for me, please. Right here.
Yes, down front.
What's your name?
Corporal Lee Wilma, first name Lee, L-E-E, last name Wilma, W-I-L-L-M-U-T-H.
Please raise your right hand, sir. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat in the witness box next to me. Baby, give me your ring.
Thank you very much. Sir, can you begin by stating your full name and your occupation?
Lee Wilma, and I'm employed by the City of Dearborn Police Department.
And how long have you been a police officer with the City of Dearborn?
Approximately 15 years.
I'd like to direct your attention back to March the 11th of last year, 2020. Were you working as a police officer in Dearborn on that day?
Yes.
And in your role as police officer, did you go to an address of 6316 Grandmont Avenue in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Is that Wayne County?
Yes.
Why did you go to that address on Grandmont?
To execute a search warrant.
What was your role in the execution of the search warrant?
I assisted with the search warrant and the search after securing the residence.
Can you, what's located at that address? It's a residence, what kind of residence?
It was a duplex. Basically, it was occupied on the first level and the second level plan.
When you entered that house, did you encounter anybody inside?
Yes.
Who did you encounter and where were they?
I encountered Mr. Frost upstairs of the residence, along with Mrs. Prada in upstairs of the residence.
Did you say Mr. Frost and sat right there? Do you see that person or at least half of their face in court today?
Yes.
Can you point out, tell us where it is and what he's wearing so we know who Mr. Frost is?
The first row with the dreads and the royal blue shirt.
Apparently, the record reflects the witness has identified Mr. Cecil Frost, defendant number one, as one of the individuals he encountered at Raymond Avenue back on March 1.
So,
and you mentioned Ms. Prada. Do you see her in the courtroom or perhaps on screen? Or,
Yes. I'm not sure on the screen here.
all right. Let's everyone in the courtroom and on the screen, if I can have you take your mask down for approximately 5 seconds, including myself.
On the bottom right.
Thank you. Jeremy, your record is referring, what are you referring to when you say bottom right?
Ms. Prada.
And would that be the TV screen?
Yes. Yes.
Jeremy, the record reflects the witness that described the location of the Zoom image of defendant number 2, Ms. Marissa Prada, identified her as another person she, Officer Wilma, encountered at Grandma.
So noted.
And again, where did you encounter Mr. Frost and Ms. Prada?
And upstairs of the residence once it was secured.
Can you describe the upstairs of 6316 Raymond?
When you go in the front door, you immediately would go, you could either go left towards the main level of the residence or go up the stairs to the second level. And there was like, right when you got in there, there was a living area, like a living room area, and then a bedroom. It was all kind of shared the same room, and then it would, straight ahead would be like a bathroom and then a kitchen area.
And what parts were the upstairs unit where Mr. Frost and Ms. Prada were used inside?
They were secured by the bedroom area.
Can you describe, you just been in search of the upstairs unit?
Yes,
Did you recover and place anything in evidence?
yes, I located 2 strips of Suboxone, that were in a package of Suboxone, and like a mirror vanity in the bathroom for that upper level.
Was there other stuff in the mirror vanity?
Yeah, there was other miscellaneous things.
There's kind of toiletries in there. Were they men's toiletries, females, or both?
I don't recall what the toiletries were exactly, but I remember that.
You observed any clothing throughout the apartment?
Yes, I also searched the attic area where there was a lot of men's clothing, along with a registration for a vehicle from Mr. Frost.
Whose name was that registration?
Mr. Frost.
Was that placed on evidence as well?
Yes.
Do you yourself collect any other items besides these Suboxone strips?
No.
Based on your training and experience, is Suboxone a controlled substance?
Yes.
And is that why you seek it?
Yes.
Did you yourself collect or place anything else on evidence from the upstairs unit at Grant?
No.
Besides this Parada and Mr. Frost, was there anybody else in the upstairs unit?
No.
Did you observe any women's clothing throughout the apartment?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
I don't recall exactly. To me, it was obvious that there was a male and a female staying.
Based on your observation?
Yes.
I have no further questions of the witness.
Cross examine.
No questions of this witness, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sir, were you able to establish who the owner of those premises were?
Yes, it was first level homeowner, was a homeowner who leased that upper level.
Well, I'm going to object, Your Honor, to the extent that that calls for a hearsay answer.
For exam purposes, hearsay admissible to prove ownership of property to which the owner is
Over. It was leased to who?
I know I can't remember the name, but he said he leased I'd have to refer to the report, but I can remember them saying that he leased the upper level of the house.
Who was the upper level leased to? Do you know?
I don't remember the name that he said, talking to them, who actually, his name was on the lease, or if there was an actual written document or anything like that.
Were you able to establish the address of either of the defendants that you've identified here in court?
The address?
Yes, their address, by way of identification.
It would be the address that was on the front of the house.
So both the defendant, Cecil Robert Frost IV and Marissa Marie Parada, their identification indicated that they resided at the 6316 Grand Lot?
I never looked at any ID that would say that their address was on Grand Lot. No, I never looked at that.
Did you gather any information as to where they live?
Myself, no.
Any questions based on my question?
I don't have any questions, Judge. Thank you.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. You may step down.
Yes, witness speak to you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Officer Todd Allen.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name and spell it for me, please.
Todd Donaldson, TODD,
Please raise your right hand. You swear on front to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat in the witness box. Maybe you're ready.
Can I take the full name of your application?
Todd Donaldson, police officer.
How long have you been with the Dearborn Police Department?
13 years.
And back on March the 11th of 2020, were you working that day? Yes. And did you go to an address of 6316 Raymond Street? Yes. Why'd you go there? You execute search. When you arrived at that location, what did you do? What was your role in the execution search warrant? Well, we secured the home and conducted a search of residence. Secured the residence and then conducted a search of residence. Did that include both the upstairs and downstairs? Yes, it did. When you entered into the upstairs unit, how many people were in there? 2 people. And to get from the front door to the upstairs, what do you have to go through to get outside the upstairs unit? Basically, the front door, then a landing, then there was a secure door to the north, and then a stairwell to the south, which led to the upstairs level. When you got to the upstairs level, was there a separate door? There was another door that was locked, we had to force entry. At the top of the stairs? Yes. The force entry to that locked door at the top of the stairs, what are you inside of? You walk into a front living room. And did you encounter anybody in the front living room? No, sir. From the front living room, where does that lead to? Straight back to a north-facing bedroom. And you encounter anybody when you entered the bedroom? That's when I encountered Mr. Frost and Mr. Frost. Where was Mr. Frost? He was at the foot of the bed standing. And where was Ms. Frost? She was in the bed. What time of day was this that you went in there? Around noon. What were they? How were they attired? I believe Mr. Frost was just in normal clothes. He was dressed. He had just arrived at the residence. Mrs. Conway was still in her pajamas. Have you participated in surveillance at this address? Yes, I did. Okay. Have you ever seen Mr. Frost at that address? Yes, on several different occasions. What would you see him doing? Just walk in and out of the front door. What times, days or nights would he be over there? Mornings and evenings. Did you ever see him use a vehicle? Yes, he was driving a black Yukon. Was that Yukon located at this address? It was at the address we executed search warrant, yes. Was there anything you looked called proof of residency is? Yes. What does that mean to you? It shows residency for where someone's staying at. Did you see any evidence of that in the upstairs unit? His driver's license was there, Mrs. Frost's driver's license or state IDs were there. Were they on the person or where were they? No, they're on a dresser and on the bed. Were there IDs to that address or different address? No, they were different addresses. Did you find any mail addressed to anybody else in the upstairs unit? No, just to those. I remember there was a state or vehicle registration to Mr. Frost that was found inside a closet also. His name on it? With his name on it, yes. You know what vehicle was there? I can't recall. Was it the vehicle that you've seen driving or different vehicle? I can't recall. Fair. I have no questions. As the officer charged the case, were other items collected and placed on evidence for the upstairs department? Yes. What other items were collected besides the box on the first floor? Promethazine, Riconi. Is codeine also controlled substance? Yes. Anything with MAPS? What's MAPS? That's the Michigan Automated Prescription System. Did you search in MAPS for any evidence of prescriptions? Those yes, I did. Controlled substances to the occupants of the upstairs department? Yes, I did. Was there any evidence that had prescriptions? No prescriptions. Fair enough. What else was anything else recovered besides the promethazine and codeine and the tobacco strips? There was cut baggies. I had to look at it in my report to check it out. Cut baggies, what's significant about cut baggies? Usually that's a sign of narcotics trafficking. I have no further questions. Witness.
Cross-examine. Thank you, Your Honor. Briefly. Corporal Donaldson, good morning.
Good morning.
I believe you testified that there was a vehicle registration recovered?
Yes.
But you didn't recall what vehicle that was to, correct?
No, I don't know.
And you don't recall what address was on that vehicle registration, correct?
Correct.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Can you raise your right? No, no.
Where were the cut baggies located?
In the trash.
Any questions based on my question?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Manarino? You have to unmute yourself.
Yes.
No, Judge, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You may step down.
No further questions. People move to bind over on count one. Count two, getting the listener was right along with it. Dismiss question of fact or finder of fact. The officers go into the upstairs unit, Grandmont, they encounter two people there. One, Ms. Barada is reclining on the bed. Mr. Frost is also in there with her. They're the only two people in the apartment. There's male and female clothing there. There's a vehicle registration there with Mr. Frost's name on it. I would say question of fact or finder of fact. He's been going to that address regularly. Question of fact or finder of fact.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just briefly, I don't think this is anything more than the person being present. There's no independent link between Mr. Frost and the Suboxone strips that show he had any possession, dominion, or control over those. There's no address on the state identification card. It's to a different address. He had just arrived that day. There's no indication of the vehicle registration listed, the Grandmont address. I don't believe that there's probable cause that he possessed the Suboxone strips. I'd ask the court to dismiss that count.
This man right now?
I will certainly join in co-counsel's arguments. I don't see any connection, any link with Ms. Parada with those items, anything that we can infer knowledge on her part. I would object to the bind over. I don't see it here, Judge.
Mr. Casey?
Same argument. If you go into a residence, you're going to find there the occupants. We have male clothing, we have female clothing. We have a male, we have a female. Mr. Frost, you regularly coming from the address. There's paperwork in there with his name. I think you normally find not in someone else's home, but your own home. Vehicle registration. We submit and Ms. Prada make herself at home laying on the bed. All of those indicate that the two of them are exercising dominion control of the items in that upstairs room. The exclusion of everybody else. They had to force their way into a lot where the top of the steps to get to. Question of fact or find fact.
I think it'll be a little different if the situation where the alleged narcotics were in open view. My understanding is that they were found in the bathroom cabinet. I don't know, based on the testimony I've heard here, I don't know where the defendants reside. I don't hear any connection to this place other than they were there. There was allegedly men and women in clothing found in the residence, but I didn't hear any testimony as to if it was the same size. Nothing. Yeah, I mean, okay, so a man and woman clothes was there. They were there. This is about as lean can get. I mean, there's been no testimony as any connection with these defendants and the alleged narcotics that were there. They were found in a bathroom cabinet. They were on the table. They were even in the same room. And I could probably make that leap and say that they exercised some dominion and control, or had the right to exercise some dominion and control over the narcotics that were found in the residence. There's not enough, even for a probable cause standpoint, for this court to feel comfortable binding either defendant over. The court is going to dismiss this matter for insufficient evidence.
That's the vote count two. That's still,
sir?
Count two is a misdemeanor. That's still, don't give an example of that.
Yeah. So count two still remains. That's going to go to Judge Bryant in the 36th District Court. I'll set it on her docket for a pretrial. We'll say I'll give 2 weeks. So on May 27th, 2021, at 9:00 a.m. before Judge Bryant.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Parada will be in touch. You can sign off now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Count one.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, you can wait out there. Listen, right? You can stay outside. Wait outside.
Thank you. Have a good day. Well.
Yeah. Do I need to sign anything? Do I need to sign anything? You good? No. Okay.
Okay. Alasca, Kamal Alasca, parties here for that?
Not yet, sir. But I think, that, if I'm not mistaken, I believe, I'm gonna go out there, I believe the defendant is here. Can I get, here you go, sir.
Thank you.
You know, the special prosecutor on the case here, or just, Alex case?
I don't know.
Okay, 'cause I'll
I was surprised to see Mr. Casey on this one. Okay, what's the real backdrop on this one?
I'm just
Tell your dad I said hello.
I certainly will, if I can drag him off the golf course long enough.
All right.
Can I get a copy of that order from your staff, Judge?
Yes,
I'm happy to follow up later.
okay, yeah.
I can have, yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm looking on Alasca.
I have my OIC here, Judge, and he said that he got reminders, and I'm pretty sure I sent reminders yesterday, but no officers yet.
Thanks, Judge.
Hey, can I get dismissal form?
So, Mr. Casey.
email it to me, I'll come by your office.
You bet. No one's here yet, sir. On that case.
Have a good day.
Also, we were talking about kids and dads.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. College football, Frank Gore Jr.
Yeah, oh man, is he one?
Yeah, he's
Oh, for the season.
Yeah.
Oh, Frank
Here's
Gore.
Mr. Nash.
Beast.
That's true.
Oh, Frank Gore was a beast. This is good.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How you doing, Mr. Nasu?
Good about yourself, Judge.
Okay, where's your client?
I spoke with him about 30 minutes ago. He should be jumping on any minute. He just texted me right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to send him the Zoom ID. I apologize. Thought I did.
This was supposed to be in person, or at least that's what AP and Lamar marked in the file.
Is this supposed to be an in-person exam, sir?
Your Honor, remember a month ago you put me on the Zoom and I told you that I was going to be out of town and you said that you didn't want to adjourn it and that it was okay for me to do it through Zoom?
I do remember that. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Good though. Check the officers now, Judge.
Okay. We don't have officers here as of yet.
I apologize, Your Honor. What was that?
I said we don't have officers as of yet.
Okay.
So you may be enjoying your vacation a little sooner than you thought.
Well, you know what, Your Honor? I had another court appearance in Sterling Heights that they wouldn't adjourn this morning. So I've been in my hotel room doing this. So the wife's going to, give me the hammer when I get downstairs.
Life of an attorney, I tell you.
I know it. It's okay, though.
Flash cards here.
Okay, perfect. Is there any word on the court opening up anytime soon, Your Honor?
We're open now.
No, I mean, back to the regularly scheduled program.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
Really?
I believe this Zoom is here to stay. And, I have the luxury of doing both Zoom and in-person exams, so
Okay.
I don't think that's changed.
Okay.
So the days of crowded hallways and crowded courtrooms,
Thing of the past?
those days are gone.
Really? I'm hearing that from a lot of different courtrooms or courthouses that they're finding this to be more efficient.
Well, it may work with them, but with the volume that we have, it really puts us behind the 8 ball.
Okay. That's a sad thing
Of
that we
course,
can't come
other
forward.
jurisdictions don't have the volume that we have, so.
Yeah. The only other jurisdiction that I know that runs into the same problems as you guys is probably Sterling Heights. They have a very large volume, and they only have 2 courtrooms over there.
Oh.
And so they're always behind on their files for that reason.
We're behind, not due to any fault of our own. On any given day, I at least have 2 or 3 adjournments because someone has COVID, whether it be the defendant, the attorney, or a witness.
Wow.
Haven't had any today, though,
That's good.
but we're just getting started, so. So the longer my prosecutor is out there in the hallway, the more it looks like this isn't gonna go.
Yeah, you will be getting more. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get
Oh, here he is.
All right.
Judge, the officer is currently working, and he said he could come down here and be here in 20 minutes.
Why isn't he here at the time he's supposed to be here?
I don't know if he saw the subpoenas, Judge. In full candor, our office got subpoenas out of this matter.
Can he zoom in?
I can ask.
Mr. Lascar looks like he may be at work.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe he's in the office.
Officer zooming out, Judge.
Okay.
Should be on momentarily.
Joseph Anthony?
Yes, sir, that's him.
All right. Calling case 2059526, people of the state of Michigan versus Kamal Alasca. Defendant is charged in count 1, controlled substance possession, substance added to schedules 1, 2, 3, or 4 by rule. Matter scheduled for preliminary examination. This is for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Judge Alexander Curry on behalf of the people, P number 84950.
Good Morning, Your Honor. Joseph Nafsu, P73742, appearing on behalf of the defendant.
Mr. Alasca, tell me your name for the record, sir.
Kamal Alasca.
This matter is scheduled for preliminary examination. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge. Correct.
How many witnesses for the people?
Just one, Your Honor, and it is Officer Anthony, and he is on Zoom.
Officer Anthony, tell me your name for the record.
Joseph Anthony?
Common spelling for Joseph and Anthony, correct?
Correct.
Please raise your right hand, sir. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You may begin when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you please repeat your name for the record?
Joseph Anthony,
And Mr. Anthony, where are you employed?
the Detroit Police Department.
How long have you been there?
Almost 5 years.
All right, Officer Anthony, I know we're doing this via Zoom, so if you can't hear me or couldn't hear my question, just please tell me. All right, Officer Anthony, I want to direct your attention to August 13th of 2020. What were you doing that day?
Working patrol.
And did your duties as a patrol officer take you to McGraw and Lumley?
Yes.
Is that in Detroit, Michigan?
Yes.
Is that in Wayne County?
Yes.
All right, now, Officer Anthony, what was your reason for being at that location?
We initiated a traffic stop.
And do you call the reason for initiating that traffic stop?
If I could refer to my report quick.
Judge, forgive me, Judge, I haven't done this before. Can you look at his report?
Sure.
Okay.
If it'll refresh your recollection.
If it'll refresh your recollection, Officer Anthony, you can refer to your report.
Okay.
And let me know when your recollection's been refreshed.
Okay. Give me 1 second, please.
Has your recollection been refreshed, Officer?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought you said you were-
1 more minute. Oh. Trying to pull up the report now.
All right.
We have lunch today again. I'm sorry.
Do we, sir, do you have the Detroit Police Report number on hand?
Are you looking for the Sun Guard number?
Yes.
It's 2008-130-229.
Okay. Okay, my recollection is refreshed.
Okay. So Officer Anthony, do you recall the reason you initiated a traffic stop?
Yes, the vehicle he was driving had tinted windows.
All right, and were you by yourself or with a partner?
With the partner.
What was the name of your partner?
Michael Gordon.
And when you initiated the traffic stop, Officer Anthony, did you eventually make contact with the driver?
Yes.
And when you one moment. Do you recognize the driver of that vehicle today on Zoom?
I can just see the courtroom.
You have to slide your camera from left to right.
Yes.
Could you possibly identify that person, maybe by an article of clothing they're wearing, please?
He's wearing a black shirt with red writing.
All right, Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant? So noted. Thank you. Officer Anthony, when you initiated contact with the driver, or the defendant, what happened next?
My partner recovered a bag of suspected Xanax.
Did you see your partner recover that?
Yes.
Did you ever ask the defendant out of the vehicle?
Yes. Well, I believe my partner did.
Do you recall the reason that the defendant was asked out of the vehicle?
Yeah, he did not have a driver's license.
Did he have insurance on the vehicle?
Your Honor, I have to object. It seems as though the officer does not remember and he's reading off of his report. If he needs to refresh his recollection, that's one thing. But I mean, it seems as though he's just reading directly off his report.
I'll sustain the objection, sir.
He was in the vehicle for most of the
Kamal,
time.
you cannot speak. Kamal, you cannot speak.
Officer, if you need to refresh your recollection, let us know, and then you can refer to your report. Until then, we want you to testify from memory. If you need to refresh your recollection, let us know, and then you can refer to your report, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Officer Anthony, to your recollection, was the vehicle insured?
I don't recall.
Would checking your report refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know when your recollection's been refreshed.
Okay, thank you. Yes, the vehicle had no insurance.
Is that a arrestable offense in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
So upon that discovery, Officer Anthony, what did you do next?
I ran the offender in lien while my partner, we were going to tow the vehicle, so my partner conducted an inventory search of the vehicle and recovered some suspected Xanax pills.
And were those suspected Xanax pills placed into evidence?
Yes.
Do you recall the lock seal number that would be placed on those suspected narcotics?
Yeah. If I could refer to my report, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Please let me know when your recollection's been refreshed.
Okay. Nora 0574 43299.
All right, no further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Cross-examine.
Hello, Officer Anthony. How are you?
Good morning.
I'm going to take you back to that date and time. Do you remember if it was during the day or if it was night?
Daytime.
Daytime? You said that you and Officer Gordon were patrolling a certain area in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Okay. And at that time, you saw my client's vehicle with tinted windows?
Yes.
Was that the reason for the initial stop?
Yes. We observed the tinted windows. I ran the plate, came back with no insurance.
Okay. Do you know whose vehicle the insurance came back on? Was the vehicle, did it belong to my client or did it belong to a different individual?
I don't recall.
Don't recall? When you pulled him over, was he able to produce any valid driver's license?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Was he able to produce any valid registration?
I don't recall the registration, no.
Was he able to produce any valid insurance?
No insurance to my knowledge.
Okay. So you're unsure if that was his vehicle or not?
Correct.
Okay. So were you the officer who approached my client, or was your partner, I'm sorry, I don't know if he's your partner or not. Officer Gordon, was Officer Gordon or yourself the officer who approached my client?
I was the passenger in our scout car that day. My partner addressed your client.
Okay. So did you at any point in time approach the vehicle?
Yes.
And when did that happen?
I approached on the passenger side when we initiated the traffic stop.
Okay. So when you approached the passenger side of the vehicle, what, if anything, happened at that time?
My partner asked to produce those documents, at which time your client could not.
Okay. Did you notice anything at that time, or was my client just, did he just exit the vehicle?
Yeah, he exited the vehicle.
Okay. And what happened next? Was he placed under arrest?
We placed him into handcuffs, yes, for further investigation.
Okay. And what happened after that point in time?
Believe we ordered a tow. We did an inventory search of the vehicle, and my partner recovered some pills. And later I recovered some suspected Xanax pills as well.
Okay. At any point in time, was my client questioned, or did you question my client?
I believe my partner read your client his Miranda rights.
Okay. Did you question my client?
No, I don't believe so.
Did you have any conversations with my client?
Yeah, during the course of the investigation, yes.
Okay. Do you know where these suspected Xanax pills were found at in the vehicle?
I can't testify to what my partner found. I recovered some suspected Xanax out of the door, the driver's side door.
Okay, one moment, Your Honor, please. Did you write up the police report, the investigator's report, if you remember?
I wrote up a Detroit police report, not the investigator's report, no.
Okay. Do you remember this occasion, Officer Anthony, or is it something you have to refer to your report to?
Can you restate your question, please?
Do you remember the incident and my client, is it something that you have to refer to your report to recollect?
I remember the incident, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, obviously we're not in person, so can I put it on mute and give my client a call really quick? I just have to ask him a question.
Oh, sure.
Okay, thank you. Just one moment.
Joey. That dismissal. They took both, and it's on one dismissal.
Yeah. Well, we type this up ourselves, so that we give them all that stuff. We can type this case up.
Okay. Sure.
Your Honor, I have nothing left for this witness.
Any redirect?
Very briefly, Judge. Officer Anthony, defense counsel asked you a few questions about speaking to the defendant. Now remind me, did you speak to the defendant?
Yeah, I spoke to him.
And did he tell you anything regarding the stop?
My partner read him his Miranda rights and questioned the defendant.
Did you hear your partner questioning him or talking to him after he read him his Miranda rights?
No, I don't recall that part.
Okay. Judge, nothing further from the people.
Anything else, Mr. Nafson?
Just one question, if I may, based on that question, Your Honor. Officer Anthony, if I can point you to the investigator's report, it's page 3 of my discovery packet. I believe it would probably be the first page of the investigator's report.
Now, Mr. Nafson, you're not trying to elicit a statement by your client, are you? Because that would be hearsay not offered by a party opponent.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
No. Are you looking at the investigator's report, Officer Anthony?
I do not have that in front of me, no.
Can you pull it up in front of you?
I don't have access to that, unfortunately.
Okay, well.
Judge, I don't believe that, there's an objection very quickly. I don't believe that Officer Anthony can testify it wasn't written by another officer in the investigator's report.
I agree.
Okay.
So you testified a moment ago that you did not, that Officer Gordon read my client his rights and he was the one to question him, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Your Honor, I guess the fact that Officer Anthony doesn't have his investigator's report in front of him and his memory needs to be refreshed, it's a little bit difficult for me to cross-examine him based on this. And so without the officer having that in front of him, Your Honor, I really don't know how else to question him on this.
What's the question?
Well, Your Honor, in the investigator's report, it's written here that police officer Anthony read the defendant his rights and conducted an interrogation, which contradicts what the officer just testified to. And again, without him having that in front of him, I don't know how he doesn't have it in front of him or doesn't have access to it.
But let's say that's so. That's an investigator's report written by someone else, not by this witness.
And that's why I wanted to question him on that to see, Your Honor, but he doesn't have it in front of him to read it, so I don't.
Counsel, you're not hearing me though. It doesn't matter what the investigator's report says.
Well, I also asked Officer Anthony if he wrote a report and he said yes.
Okay, an investigator's report and a police officer's report are two different things.
If does he have his report in front of him?
Now, his report, he does have access to.
And do you have your report in front of you?
Yeah, I cannot, I was. I'm trying to pull my report up. Yeah. I have my partner's report in front of me, so.
Okay, Your Honor, nothing further for this witness then.
Sir, you indicated that your purpose for pulling the defendant over is that he had tinted windows. What windows were tinted on the vehicle?
The front driver's side and passenger side window.
All right. And is that how, if you're gonna have tint on your windows, where does that tint have to be?
Top 4 inches.
And this was in violation of that?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions based on my question?
No, Judge.
No, Judge.
All right, thank you, Officer Anthony.
Thank you.
Anything else from people?
No witnesses, Judge, but I do have one conclusory matter.
Go ahead.
Yes, Judge, the people would move to admit the Detroit Police preliminary drug analysis under MCL 76611B1A with the lock seal number N05743298. Judge, the stating that the articles submitted into evidence were tested positive as Xanax pills, Judge.
No objection for purposes of exam only, Your Honor.
Okay, sorry, Judge, for exam purposes only.
All right, proceed. Anything else from the people?
No, Judge.
Any witnesses for the defense?
No, Your Honor.
People?
Judge, the people would move to bind this over as charged, reserving some room for rebuttal.
Mr. Nassau?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I don't believe that Officer Anthony remembered this incident at all. He was reading from his report from the moment that he was on the stand. There was nothing stated that my client indicated that these alleged or suspected pills belonged to him. No statements made. There was no statements made that the vehicle belonged to him. And there was no statements made as to the fact that how they found these pills or these alleged suspected pills, or if they did any further investigation. So at this time, Your Honor, I don't believe that they have sufficient evidence that these pills belong to my client, and I would move to dismiss.
Judge, I think the ownership of the car is a question of fact for the trier of fact. I think the people have met their burden today. Officer Anthony did testify, albeit he did need to refer to his report, but he did testify that there was a valid traffic stop for a valid reason. Made contact with the driver, found out the driver didn't have insurance, and then Officer Anthony testified he observed what he thought to be suspected narcotics, and Judge, those were placed in evidence and then eventually tested positive, Judge. So I think the ownership of the car is a question of fact for the trier of fact. But also, Officer Anthony also testified that the defendant was the driver of the vehicle, Judge. So again, people would move to bind this over as charged.
All right. Officer Anthony testified to the events that allegedly took place on August 13th, 2020. He testified that he remembered the incident, but from time to time had to refer to his police report to refresh his recollection, which is the very reason that they make a police report to begin with, so that those specific or particulars to an incident can be refreshed. And that's exactly what the officer did. So I have no issue with the manner in which he testified. He appeared to be testifying quite credibly. when he didn't remember certain aspects as to what happened, he refreshed his recollection, and his recollection was refreshed. As far as ownership of the vehicle goes, no one has to own the vehicle in order for this defendant to be in possession or constructive possession of the alleged narcotics that were found in the vehicle. The testimony was that the narcotics were found in the driver's door. The defendant was the driver of the vehicle and the lone occupant in the vehicle. It's a question of fact as to whether or not he possessed or had a right to possess the narcotics that were found in that location. The court is satisfied after hearing the testimony of Joseph Anthony that the people have met their burden of probable cause as it relates to the charges contained in complaint 1. The court finds those charges were committed in the city of Detroit. The court finds probable cause to believe this has been committed. Then it will be bound over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court Criminal Division for further proceedings. There's a writing on the information. Date and time will be May 27th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m. Bond will be continued.
Your Honor, you said May 27th at 9 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you. You as well.
They're not waiting on me.
They're gone. For the, that's for the,
Is Ms. Sanford here on cross, on Newman?
I was on the phone with her earlier, Judge. I'll go check for her.
Okay.
yeah, I was telling them to get in touch.
That's those dismissed on those counts.
See Ms. Sanford?
I have not, but as soon as we get her here, it's gonna be a dismissal. So I'm gonna give her a call, Judge.
Is her client here?
Come on, Sanford, sir.
Huh?
You talking about Sanford?
Her client's not here?
No, but she's not here. Did Sanford, show up, not Sanford, but the client for 12 o'clock? No, they usually let us know. I see.
Well, I don't think so, because Ms.
Oh.
Sanford indicated that she's been unable to reach her client.
Oh.
So that sounds more like a capious than a
It sounds more like a capious. Well, I'll give her a call though.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock. No, he didn't, he's not out.
Oh, we got an officer.
Just the officer, right. The tourniquet thing was so nice today. Yeah. Oh. I guess the lady, yes, the last day, didn't position it right. White lady went, she put it all up on my business. Oh, you look further out, man. Man. I'm like, wait. Then my therapist, she goes to somebody else. I got to do my exercise. You get a time on the time's up. So she waited.
That's the way. Personally.
Oh, you. So you just trying to kill me right now. I know, because you just trying to kill me right now. I'm glad that this was there for a mechanical time. Oh, my God. That is crazy. Did she do it or the guy before? They did it right. Oh, so he didn't go. That's why it felt so good. Yeah, because he didn't go. So he fought here. She the pin. She lived with her knee. Okay, now.
Judge, I just talked to Ms. Sanford. She is in line at security, waiting to get in.
Yeah, yeah, sure can. We can get, have one of them call and try to get her. You gonna call Crocker? No, she went off out there.
Yes, I just spoke to her. She said she's in line.
Or, well, just. So Ms. Sanford is online, attorney?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, she said she's
What kind
going
of
to
line is she in? I thought they just come through.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. She should be.
Although I think there was a new gal at where the attorneys come in this morning. She was like, "Oh, where are you going? Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm going to Judge King."
Oh, they got
I
trained.
don't recognize you. That's your intern, Judge?
Your officer.
She in law school? She in undergrad?
She is in undergrad. You're in undergrad, right, Ms. Sims?
Yes, I am.
She's in that godforsaken school. Don't hold it against her. She used to be really nice.
Oh, no, down the road in Ann Arbor?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, well, Ms. Sims, you know Judge King is a Spartan, but I'm a big Spartan fan as well, so we bond on that level. You got a court officer here, though, that's a huge Wolverine fan, so.
Even though my daughter's at state, but hey, I'm with you.
I
I'll
have
give you a
someone
little.
on my side. Right now I'm feeling very Spartanish. I'm very upset at my university, so.
Yeah, I know, I hear you. Because they're not doing a lot of things. that medical thing, that doctor.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, we don't, Spartans don't.
Oh, yeah, too, yeah, I hear something.
An answer, yeah.
So you know your officers out there.
Yes, I talked to him, yeah. He's super honest. Gonna be dismissal. Yeah. This one.
Negatory.
Miss Sanford, where's your client?
Negatory. Let me step out of the room so I can make another roll call.
I understand.
Hi, George. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. I thought my client had arrived ahead of me. No?
Okay, calling case 2057175, people of the state of Michigan versus Carl E. Newman. Defendant charged in count 1, controlled substance possession, cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams. Defendant has a habitual offender for offense notice. Appearances for record, please.
Good afternoon, Judge Alex Curry, on behalf of the people, P number 84950.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Monique Sanford, P62315, on behalf of Carl Newman.
Matter is scheduled for preliminary examination. Are we ready to proceed? Where's the defendant?
Your Honor, I did make an attempt to contact my client on yesterday evening. I did leave him a voicemail and a text message reminding him that we had court today. I assumed that he would be here. If the court would like to give me 5 minutes, I can try to step out in the hall and make another phone call.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just give me just one brief moment to call an alternate number. Thank you.
Hey, Judge, can I, it'd be okay if I spoke with Michelle?
Sure.
Yeah. Ms. Sims,
Yes.
are you on campus right now?
No.
Okay. So you doing the online or you're finished for the year anyways, right?
Yeah, we finished our winter semester at the end of April. So yeah.
All right. All right. So you're not feeling them right now, huh?
No, honestly, I don't know if I would choose Michigan again if I had the choice. I don't know. No.
I'm starting to like her more and more.
Yeah, I think she get ready to transfer to Michigan State, I think.
Well, Ms. Sims, are you thinking about law school then?
Yes.
Well, my law school, Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, would be happy to take a former Wolverine.
You went to Notre Dame?
I did, sir.
Okay.
Or Michigan State Law School, too. Would take Spartans and
What'd you say?
About it.
all right.
I ain't Irish there.
So I believe Kim Worthy came out of Notre Dame's law school.
She did in my interview with Miss Worthy. She said, "Well, you already have brownie points with me. We went to the same law school."
That's good.
She actually we had one professor in common.
Okay.
The professor just retired. I believe it was corporation back in the day, and it was business association when I took it. It was Professor Patty O'Hara.
O'Hara?
Okay.
And Judge Willie Lipscomb. He's also graduated from Notre Dame Law School.
I like Judge Lipscomb. He's a good guy.
We have a few Golden Domers in the office. I think I sit next to Peggy Ale, somebody else in the appeals division. There's somebody in trials. I can't remember their names, but a couple. And then obviously,
Hey, you sound some good.
I definitely use that as in my interview with Kim Worthy, she told me, "You're ready to brownie points with me." So,
So when I was hired into the prosecutor's office, John O'Hare was the prosecutor. He didn't interview us. He had a panel of prosecuting attorneys to interview us. Maybe about 5 or 6 people that was just shooting questions at me.
yeah, that's still there, Judge. I had to endure that gambit too.
Okay, Ms. Sanford?
Yes. I contacted his brother, and his brother said he's been missing for a month.
Okay. So we're back on the record on People versus Newman. Today's the date, time set for preliminary examination. The defendant has failed to appear. The court is going to issue a capious revoke bond and set the new bond at $10,000 cash for sure. Okay. Thank you. Approach, please.
Promise after good.
Okay, so we are on, so let's take lunch till. Let's take lunch till 1:15.
Judge? Yeah, there you go. Mr. Elzey has something very brief for you.
How you doing?
Good, Judge, how are you?
Good.
Thank you for, hearing me out on this.
No problem. Now, do you know when you're supposed to take this afterwards? I don't know if it just goes downstairs.
Yes, yeah, we'll be the
So you know the process.
Yes.
No, good. Long morning. Decent little long afternoon.
What you gonna do, Pete? Just chill, you just gonna go chill?
Yeah, probably agree.
Here you go.
Oh, thanks very much, Judge.
All right, no problem.
See you next week, thank you. Yeah, I haven't, it's been a couple of months.
We're down to 1:15-ish.
Yes, Judge.
All right, sir.
Yeah, so you're having fun.